to Mr. Allard's Neighborhood. Small town feel with big time ideas. After all, you are entitled to Brad's opinion. Here's your host, Brad Allard.
Well, I'm just sitting here reading the annual report for Next Step. Here, I'll show you the pictures, guys. No, it's not good enough. Anyway, so we're going to look over the material, but we also have a bunch of events. I got one Saturday and then one next Saturday, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And the weather's going to be great, dadgummit. I don't care what the weather means. Of course, my vast listening audience knows how cynical I am about weather reports anyway, you know.
Right.
So anyway, so how y'all doing?
We're doing great.
So you're not getting all stressed out about the walk for life and all that?
No, I think so. Well, the car show is being put on by the Burleson Area Midday Rotary Club for us, which will be like an annual event that maybe next year it'll be Harvest House or Center for, like it's going to transfer. So that feels kind of chill. And then Walk for Life
chill.
is, it's going to be exciting,
machine.
but I'm not stressed about it.
So it's going to be really dope?
Totally dope.
Okay,
Totally.
good. All right, good.
Yeah.
How's that, Josh?
I feel like those are both old slang. I couldn't even think of right.
Josh is my kind of like my guide on hip language. So dope is out. Rad, gnarly. Gnarly is good for the 80s.
You're getting there.
Hey, but it's okay for the Walk for Life because the Walk for Life, we're taking it back to the 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true. That will be totally rad.
Yeah.
You know, what was the expression back in the 80s? Tubular or whatever. I get
Totally
it.
awesome.
I like for sure. You're not really a child of the 80s.
Yes, I was. I was born in 1972.
No, really.
Yes.
Come on, quit
Yes,
kidding.
yes.
Well, did you have the hair?
Oh, my
definitely
goodness.
had the hair.
I did have the hair.
I need to post pictures next week. I need to post pictures of everybody from the 80s.
Oh, man. I started teaching in 88, and it's like all the 7th grade girls had, wind-defying hair. And so I always thought a stiff breeze might take them off the ground. No wonder our ozone is depleted. But back to the matter at hand, we're going to talk about all their events. We're going to talk about their annual report, which is always interesting because you look, my goodness, they're very busy over there. They need more space.
Yes, we do.
Donors.
We do.
Yeah. There's a building that's for sale, a big one. That old Harley Davidson.
I was going to say the Harley.
The Harley Stampede. Go over. Yeah, I'm sure it's a couple $100,000 or whatever. Find yourself a big donor. I bet that building's expensive.
I bet it's a couple million.
A couple.
Just
a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would ask Alex Phillips, but he tells me nothing. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to go do the ads real quick so we can get to the fun part. Oh, they're all fun. I mean, really. Our Place Restaurant, I'll be there Monday when I meet one of my B&I buddies there. It's always a good place to do business. It's a good place to talk. It's where the men, my Sunday school men and I, every other Monday now, have breakfast where we bellyache about the declining state of the union and whatever else, and declining state of college sports. I don't know how much that comes up in y'all's house, but, Robin gives me 5 minutes a week to complain, and then it's it. All right, Our Place Restaurant, of course, everybody knows it. I don't think there's anybody in town that's not been to Our Place because every guest ever has. It's, I was there all the time, and that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's always busy.
It is. I've been there on a Saturday around 10 and they do move quick. So I don't want to imply that you're going to be there all morning waiting because usually I think the most I've ever had to wait there was about 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and that's about it. And it's worth it.
It is worth it.
And Gina's Pizza, of course. I like to go there at least once a month or more. I do business there as well. I like the pizza a lot. And you have the ball game on. Particularly this time of year, you can go watch the baseball game and have a pizza. It's a really good thing. And Dr. Pepper, of course. Yeah. Chad does. He likes Dr. Pepper, right? Even if he's a Yankee.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he likes Dr. Pepper. I will say, tea-wise, he does half sweet tea, half regular.
Well, but he's
never a full sweet tea.
But he's from the north, right?
I know. I know.
Okay. We'll pray for him. Anyway, Gina's Pizza is a great place to go. Also, my buddy John Williams, theoretically, supposedly, we're going to have some weather this coming few days, so it'll be a bad time to find out your roof is leaking. So give him a call, 817-734-2756, and he'll come check your roof out.
And he's just a super nice guy, too.
Yeah, it really is. And he's like, I have a daughter that, no, it's not good. Anyway, that kind of thing.
It's good of you to say that.
Yeah. And here I'm trying to get the shared going. But anyway, Old Pro Roofing, 817-734-2756. He comes out once a year to check the roof out, and they'll tell me that, you're good, or, you need some repairs or whatever. He's not going to give you some song and dance. So there you go. Also, Jeff Kelly, another BNI member. I got 3 BNI sponsors. That's a good thing. 817-781-0546. If you're buying or selling in this community, you need to talk to him, because I know you can do it through, online services or big national companies, but you need somebody that knows what's going on around here in Burleson or in Cleveland, as Aaron Ash will throw out there. All right. But you need people that know the lay of the land, as they say. You don't need people that are, looking on data sheets. You want somebody that knows this area, and he sells just about everywhere there is. Here in Johnson County, he tells me that Josh was really booming. So there you go.
Yeah, the west side of all of that over there is growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he also does here in Crowley as well. And I don't know if you've seen this development going up north of here, but boy, talk about high dollar. It's really nice, So there you go. And Rod Lewis with the Burleson News Express. Have you ever talked to him?
Yes.
Okay. He's an interesting character, isn't he?
Yes. And I love the idea of having a printed paper for Burleson.
Yeah.
So, that's exciting.
Too. Well, you go to a salon, because several salons have it, or Daydream Coffee, or a couple of the mechanics. And while you're waiting, you can kind of it's not very big. You can read the article, you can look at the ads, whatever. He needs some advertising, of course, to keep this thing going, keep it free. But the thing about the News Express is that it replaces the Star to some degree. And,
yes.
And this show 6+ years ago was built in response to the demise of the Burleson Star. But now, hopefully have a little help, because so we swap a little advertising. And lastly, our friends over at True Climate, Will Cobb and his sister Emily Cobb, they came out last Friday, and it was very easily done. They did something that I thought was really a good idea, and I've mentioned this before, is that about 10 minutes before their service crew showed up, the 2 gentlemen, they sent us a text with their pictures. And so, what to look for, right? Mm-hmm. Not that, somebody's going to some stranger on the street goes, hey, you going to look at your air conditioning? No, but it's nice to know.
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking that one extra step about security, because, having strangers in your house always gets your, get a little amped up just a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
But we have some really good people here in Burleson. We've had, nothing but, good experiences with the trades, and, plumbers, electricians, etc. Of course, our electrician, Ronnie Barham.
Yes.
So Anyway, back to them, since they're actually paying for this. 682-244-2019. So it's really important, though, to get your air conditioner checked. They have a deal for like $99 a year. They'll come out and you'll inspect or whatever. And if you have some repair needs, you'll get steep discounts on it. And also, if you need just some minor repairs, you'll get discounts on it. And so it'll pay for itself if you ever had a serious air conditioning need. And it's a bad time to find out you have a serious air conditioning need when it's 102 outside.
Which won't be long from now.
No, it won't. This is the warmest winter I can remember. And the allergy season's proven that. Anyway, so let's before we jump into this brochure here, let's see the little clip y'all made for Walk for Life. All right.
For 40 years, our community has been showing up for life, and this year we are celebrating the decade where it all began. Walk for Life is April 18th. You sign up, you raise support, and you walk. When you participate, you're helping fund real hope for women, men, and babies in our community. Dress 80s and bring your family. Let's celebrate 40 years of saving lives and step into the next 40 together.
Boy, you walk with some intention there, aren't you? Oh, boy.
We were really going for that 80s cheesy vibe there. So
Now, it's at Bailey Lake, and I've been telling people, if there's weather or something like that, then you're going to probably do it around your own facility, right? or near it.
Well, in the past, if there's weather, we've done it at a church gym. I don't have that lined up quite yet. But if you want to participate, even if you're like, I don't know if I can raise a ton of money, but I would love to come and walk, register. And if you're registered, you'll get an email that tells you everything you need to know if there's weather.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
But so far, it looks like it's going to be a nice
no, what they say in the long term is just going to be a typical spring day. It might be a little windy or whatever else. And so it's from 9 to 11. So you could, squeeze in a trip to the farmer's market or your kids' ball games or whatever else.
And it says 9 to 11, but we come, we celebrate our top fundraisers, and we have breakfast tacos, and we hang out a little bit. We do a couple laps around the lake, and then we kind of head out. And so it says 9 to 11. We're normally done around 10:30.
Right,
we just give space for hanging out and all of that.
Well, I tell you, in that video, you were walking with intention. I
felt
tell.
I was going for like serious power walk.
Like by God,
I was
donate.
remembering my mother in the 90s, but she used to do like. She taught aerobics for a while.
Yes, I remember.
I mean, my mom is an athletic person anyway, but she was very serious in my younger days. There.
She still do that kind of stuff.
I think that the farm work is her workout.
Yeah, okay. Well, I tell you, last time she was on the show, it's been a little while, but she and Dwayne showed them harvesting the grapes and all that. I'm like, man, she's my age, and she's just like going like a freight engine. She's just amazing.
It's
fit.
work. There was I don't think she said this year, but last year, the year before, she's like, well, when we water the Christmas trees, we put the sprinklers here, and then I do about 50 squats, and then I move it, and then I do, and I was like, oh gosh, that sounds awful. But
Brother.
I work out, but I don't do 50 squats at a time.
No, I don't either. I think I do 50 squats in about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And something like that. My knees creak and all this. They still have the Pollo Rosso over.
Yes.
Is that working pretty well?
It's going very well. This week they had a Passover Seder on Tuesday, and that was well attended, and they had a great time. They're always having events over there.
Well,
There's always another thing to be at.
I got plenty of space in May if they want to drop on by
I'll
the
tell her.
show. Because we have, usually after Memorial Day, roughly, I got a lot of space to fill. Because there's a lot of summer times that, y'all are kind of taking a breather and vacations and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
It's so.
I'll let her know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, look at this. I want to look at this brochure here at the Next Step Women's Center, and then we'll get back to the Walk for Life and other things. It's very nicely done here.
Thanks.
And you have, testimonials from like a young lady here that went through this process. And again, I always mention this, is that you see this young lady here, and people think that's 95% of your clientele, but you get them from all the childbearing ages.
Yes.
And so it isn't just, just 19-year-olds or 17-year-olds who made a mistake kind of thing. It's also women that, you have some married women that come here, right?
Absolutely.
What would a married woman want from y'all? Okay, because we all understand what y'all, we're here also to provide support and counseling for young people in particular that are having this very traumatic event. And then being pregnant unexpectedly is traumatic, no matter what a blessing we want to call it. It is, even when you're planted, it's a traumatic event.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons. One, if they are financially insecure, even though they're married, they can come to us for their proof of pregnancy. We can help them get on Medicaid. And then
Not everybody has financial problems or insecurities. Sometimes there's a gap. A lot of times doctors don't like to see you until you're well past your first trimester. And, you have a lot of moms that are nervous, and they might have had a miscarriage in the past, or this might be their very first pregnancy. And so we get a lot of women are like, I just need to make sure everything's okay.
Right. How about
And
that?
so they can come to us and get that sonogram.
And this is what the
and all of that.
donations provide. There's no
Absolutely.
fee for any of this.
no
And
fee for any of this.
See,
we
I've
don't.
had a couple of people ask me and said, well, what do they charge for sonogram? And I told them nothing.
Nothing.
No,
Yeah.
we don't charge for any services. All of our services are completely free. You don't have to qualify. So they fill out some forms because it helps some of the places where we get donations to have the statistics of who we're serving.
Sure.
But and income levels and those things, but we're just passing those on to to data, not to whether or not you're going to get served. Everyone gets served. We're not asking for any finances. And I you brought up this testimony. I love this story because this woman had just left a really abusive relationship, and she, and then she found out she was pregnant. So of course she's like, I don't think I can do this. I don't know what I'm going to do. We were able to help her with all the things we normally do. And she had to move out of the place she was living. She moved into a new place, and she texted us on, I think it was the day before Christmas Eve, or like, it was like a wild time.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need a dryer and I need a bed. And we were able to reach out to churches and community groups. And through churches and community groups, they got a dryer for her. They got her a bed. They got her bedding. They bought her the like things that she needed, cleaning supplies, all of that. No, her bed.
For her.
She was still early in her pregnancy, but she needed all of these things, and we were able to. By the next day, she had a bed to sleep in.
Well, that's because y'all really do have a lot of connections in this community. You talk about your 40 years here. I first heard of the Pregnancy Aid Center back in the early 90s when I was teaching high school. And I didn't really know what it was. And then, but First Baptist had a connection with it of some sort. And so I remember rather than doing a typical Sunday school or whatever, we went over there instead just to see what was going on. And it was very impressive even then, but it was much smaller and much less in terms of service. It basically, anything like you had now, it was a pantry or clothes closet, some counseling, things of that nature. Now you get this medical equipment, and I'm sure you want more.
Do you remember which location? Was it the location that we're at now, or was it the one that was, because at one point we were over off of Wilshire, kind of where Rachel's Hope is?
No, this was, it was down from the space you're in now.
Yeah.
You probably still have that space, but
it's just expanded.
Yeah, greatly expanded, but it was about maybe a fourth of what your space is now.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been to your place 2 or 3 times, and it's like y'all are on top of each other practically.
We are.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
You hear that, donors? We need some space over here.
Yes, I actually posted a reel. It's probably on Instagram and Facebook. That was like, it was, the reel where it's like, Mom, what were you like in the 90s? I did Next Step. What were you like in the 90s? And so you can see pictures of where we were. That's probably later 90s. And what it looked like. And then we would love for you to come tour and see what it's like now. But we also post pictures about what it looks like now. It is dramatically different.
Well, what's so funny is a lot of times staff, I walk around and look at space and try to like, okay, how can I expand this? How can I make this bigger? How can I add this? So everyone's like, what are you doing? Because I'm just sitting there going, looking and just trying to figure it out. And I'm like, I'm just thinking, pondering.
And there are some empty spaces in the Burleson area, marketing and all that, but it ain't cheap.
Nothing is cheap.
I could think of it like where the old Central City Market used to be. I don't know I don't have any idea if they have any plans for it now. I haven't talked to Camille in quite some time. She's kind of in and out of the city. She likes to spend a lot of time at the coast. But anyway, my point is that, Burleson real estate is pretty expensive. Jeff will tell you that.
Yeah.
And the leasing rates are not cheap.
Yeah.
So, we can only hope. I mean, I know God can work miracles.
God can work miracles.
But, but there's still a lot of effort that we have to do. We can't just sit around and say, well, I'll wait for God to work. It doesn't work like that at all. But this is a great story. By the way, back to furniture, okay? I know somebody. You know somebody very well. In fact, he's very close to you. He's across the table from you, in fact, who may be getting some new bedroom furniture. What would I do with the old stuff? It's good furniture. I mean, it's not like, but you said that Rachel's Hope is hard for them to fit.
Yes, and I was wrong. We can take it.
Okay.
They will. Megan, the manager at Rachel's, is amazing at making work.
Yes, she's a Megan too. We hired it's so complicated.
Yes.
It is.
But she's really good at her job, and so she can stay.
Yes, she can stay. Yes. But she's good at making. I tell her all the time, okay, we're going to have this, and she'll make it work. She also has an ability. She didn't get mad at me for saying this. She also has an ability sometimes that when people need stuff hauled to Rachel's, that sometimes she can help arrange to get it picked up. Not always, but sometimes.
That's another issue. I have no ability to get it to y'all.
Okay, well, we'll get in touch with her and she can make that work for you.
I'll know in about a month because this is my mom is having an estate sale because she's moving into assisted living.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know what's going to happen if the furniture, some of it's called for, some of it is going to be sold. And so we'll find out then.
Yeah, let me know. We can work with it.
And so, but that's the kind of thing that y'all needed, as for the community. It isn't just diapers.
Correct.
Or baby wipes. It's also sometimes it's these kind of tangible things like this that, people don't really think of.
Right.
So, and of course it's tax deductible.
That's right. That's right.
And this furniture is worth thousands of dollars, IRS. Yeah, well, whatever. But that, looking through also some of the stats. All right, 648 ultrasounds performed. That's a bunch. You had 1,067 pregnancy tests and 699 choices for life that you know of. Okay.
That we know of.
Because I read that and thought, oh, that's unfortunate. 400 or so made a different choice. But you don't know what the choice was because they come in, they take the test, and then it's via condios, right?
Yeah.
They go underway. And
oftentimes, I think this number is primarily based on the people who continue their relationship with us.
Yes.
So some people do come pregnancy tests, sonogram, and then we don't know what happened after that. And then some people are responding with their follow-ups, or they're taking classes, or those kinds of things that we have a solid knowledge of the choices that they made.
So we shouldn't look upon the difference here as automatically they chose a different route. They just could have needed the test for whatever purpose, because it's cheaper than going to a doctor.
Right.
Maybe they need it more immediately than going to a doctor, and they say thank you very much, and then that's it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll just hope for the best there.
Yes.
Okay. Also, 194,415 diapers. 194,415 diapers. Whew. That's a lot. I know you do diaper drives.
Yes.
Are you going to do that drive again with the baby bottles?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that in the fall or something like that?
We're going to
change?
do that from Mother's Day to Father's Day. So we do our baby bottle boomerang. We have these little baby bottles that are banks. You throw change in, you throw cash in, you throw checks in, whatever.
Folding money.
Anything. You can put anything that fits in that bottle. You can put it there. There's a QR code on the tag that you could scan and do it online. Listen, we're not.
You don't miss a beat.
We're going to, every opportunity.
That's right.
But your church, your small group, your kids ministry, your VBS, like any of those things can sign up to do the baby bottle campaign from Mother's Day to Father's Day. You take the bottles from us. We'll give you the number you asked for. You take them with you. You pass them out. They fill them with change and whatever else. And then bring them back to you on Father's Day, and then we'll get those back at the center and count those up. And we're hoping to get about 10 groups to help us by doing baby bottles between Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Well, I think last year our Sunday school class did that, and and a lot of people came in and had about 2/3 full of pennies, nickels, and dimes. And by the way, since they're doing away with the penny, what do you need them for? Give her your pennies. Anyway, but here comes one, and he came in with 3, totally full and heavy. And I said, where do you get this change? Well, I've been keeping change for the last 30 years. And so he had,
wow.
And then one lady said in our Sunday school class, well, I don't have any change, so she just threw a $100 bill in it.
We like those too. Both ways. We'll take either way. I will say that we get a really good workout during baby bottle season.
Arm workout.
Yeah, I have to train ahead of time, and then taking it to the bank, and then the people at the bank are like, what are you doing?
We buy them Sonic drinks.
Well, next meeting, bring me one of those bottles, and when it shows up, I'll just wave it around, say, hey, fill the bottle up, or whatever else. That's always a good thing. And it's it's easy to do. You don't all you have to do is bring change to your little club meeting or whatever else. I bet you could B&I can throw a few bottles out there on us, and you'll get a bit of money and shake us down a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. Financial overview, your budget, $1,596,711. That sounds like a lot, but like we were talking about before the show, there's no way to get rich quick, guys, is it?
No, it goes fast.
Well, only 4.8 0.8% goes to operations, which would be, the heating bill, all salaries, et cetera, right?
Yes.
So less than 5%. That's pretty good percentage. And as far as the programs, 82%. The others for fundraising and outreach and all this and promotion and get the word out and whatever else. But that's pretty good that your operations are that lean, I guess, because a lot of people, particularly when they don't know the charity, they often ask that kind of question.
Mm-hmm. It's a good question to ask.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love to, we have such great nonprofits in our community, and they're all run by people with great integrity. Mm-hmm. But it's good to be smart and ask the right questions, and that's why we include it in here.
Absolutely.
Well, I did have one who was talking about donating to one of your peers, and they wanted to know what their money was going through, and so I contacted this group. I think it was the ASD group, in fact, and they have a very low margin of operation as well. And so it made him reassured that he wasn't, supporting basically people's lifestyles. Right. He was supporting, charity, for good works.
I would say that the lifestyle of the people who work at Center for ASD is a lifestyle of service and intentionality.
Yes. Well, we were talking about that before the show. I mean, that's what it takes to do these things because, I don't have a lot of difficulty getting here to do a podcast. Sometimes, though, I have a hard time getting up at 6 a.m, go to DBU and teach a bunch of deadhead, sleepy kids. Mm-hmm. But you find a way to do it, right?
Right.
What do y'all do when you have those mornings when you're like, I'd like to lie here in bed, and what do y'all do to get you up in the morning?
For me, it's prayer and worship and just spending time, but also just, there's a lot of it. In fact, just this morning, I asked God to remind me, of why I do what I do. And it's so funny during the day, he will bring up little moments that I'll get to go in with a sonogram and see the baby on the screen. And I carry that with me so on those hard days, I think about that little baby on the screen, and which is my favorite thing to do, to see the sonograms. And, that keeps me going.
And you don't have an option, though, with 19 kids. You have to get up in the morning.
I was going to say, I have to get, my kids get me up in the morning. But I think that there is, our faith is central to what we do. Mm-hmm. And the intentional, I am a self-motivated person to begin with. So, this matters. I'm going to do it. And also the people, both the clients and our donors, every one of them is important and matters to me. And it is a blessing to be able to serve all of them and to be friends with all of them. And so, I'm not friends with the clients very often, but the donors, I get to be friends with all of them and serve them and create another experience where they get to see that what they give and how they serve is meaningful and it matters. Yeah. At the end of the day, those are the things that matter to me.
Have you ever met her mother?
I have. They look like twins.
I comes in sometimes.
Donna and her, she definitely is Donna's daughter.
Yes, she is.
In so many ways.
There's no
not just resemblance, but the energy and the enthusiasm. And
her daughter, Megan's daughters are they're just carrying on that flame.
Now, isn't one of them going to graduate this year?
My oldest son is going to graduate this year. Yes.
I find that, I remember her as just a little lady with her, her little brother and little sister and all that stuff.
Troublemakers, both of them.
Well, here you go. Oh, where's she going to go to school next year?
He's going to go. He's going to go to Charis Bible College. It's a Bible college in Colorado. His what he's been interested in has all been audiovisual. He actually edits my husband's podcast. Nice. He runs our sound at church. I don't know. We're gonna need some media volunteers when he leaves. But I think that he doesn't necessarily know what his, sometimes when you graduate, you're like, this is my dream. Sometimes you're like, well, what am I going to do next? So that's a little bit where we are.
Well, after he's done with Bible college, have him come to DBU.
Yeah.
Because, what's happening, we've talked many times before about my satellite class at CFNI, and they really, DBU and CFNI really are creating a conduit for a lot of their students.
Absolutely. That's how I got my bachelor's. I went to CFNI and then DBU.
Yeah, I'm becoming to be more enjoy my CFNI experience, because the kids there treat me pretty well, very well, actually. And since they're all mostly foreign students, they don't know much. Yeah. And so they have a lot of questions. Whereas a lot of these American kids are like, snooze.
Yeah.
I heard this from Coach back in high school.
Coach, that's right. That's funny.
So anyway, let's look at some 105 monthly donors, which everybody tells me the monthly donors are the backbone of every organization.
Yes, they are. Absolutely,
So
they are.
let's go out to 150. Let's swap that 5 and that 0.
You know,
that'd be great.
I guess it was like in October before Gala, we were at about 88 monthly donors. And so our goal for the end of last year was to get us over 100. And so we're really pleased to be at 105 right now. And I would love, don't tell her my goal is 150, but like, but that would be a really awesome goal for the year.
Yeah, and 22 businesses, organizations. They've got churches, 527 households. You know, that's a pretty decent support. But you know, is there ever going to be a point you have too much money? I doubt it. Because
There's always someone else to serve.
Well,
yes. And I think that's where it comes back. There's always, once we get settled in one level of service and providing, there's always something that we're like, oh, I wish we could also.
Yes.
Well, here it is. You got all these programs, the medical services with pregnancy testing. You have limited obstetric ultrasounds, STI testing and treatment. That's probably pretty interesting, not because of the nature of it, but because I'm sure that's just something that, you know, people are reluctant to publicly go to a doctor about.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you ensure their privacy.
Yes.
I guess that's where I'm good.
Yes.
We're taking a long way around the barn to tell anybody that's listening about the STI testing that your confidentiality will be protected. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Counseling and emotional support with advocacy sessions, one-on-one, post-abortion support. That's a big one. You know, I know for a fact, and I always bring this up, y'all do not take a judgmental attitude about this particular issue.
No.
You know, that if a woman comes to you and said, oh, well, in the past, this has happened, it's not like, well, then get out of here, you Jezebel. It isn't like that at all.
No.
You know, and I think a lot of people that think that it's a faith-based organization might take an attitude about post-abortion situations and support, but no, y'all embrace it fully.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a really great thing.
It's near and dear to our heart.
Yeah. And it's necessary because I still think that the vast majority of abortions are done reluctantly.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe I'm being naive, but I just think the vast majority are something that the woman wouldn't just choose just because, well, it's something to do, you know, or it's just another procedure. I think most of them understand the nature of what's going on, and I think they need to be treated with some compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm really glad to be part of this outfit that does this. Education, life skills with the parenting classes and newborn and prenatal care. See, you know, most people, you know, think that it's just natural to know how to take care of a baby. No, I can tell you for a fact, you know, even, you know, my wife, Robin, whom y'all have met, she was a great mother from the beginning, but she still had to learn. And I certainly had to learn. You know, I know you take these classes in high school and you carry around a bag of flour or whatever. It ain't the same thing,
no,
right?
it's not the same thing.
You know, or they have these discussions, you know, about, you know, being a parent, but nothing will really prepare you for it.
Yeah.
All right. And the material resources. And also, I will show this on the screen. 3 different QR codes to get involved. All right. You can either donate, volunteer, or be a prayer team, or be all of the above. Now, anybody that wants this can come get it, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like
I'll be happy to bring it to anybody as well.
Yeah, this is public information.
Yes.
All the financials are public information.
Yes.
IRS, I believe, but I know the state of Texas requires nonprofits to
File the 990 that
Yeah.
is public. Absolutely. All our stuff is up and
Yeah.
Well,
Always
about
is.
40 years ago, when I was a business analyst for Dun & Bradstreet, I'd had certain areas of town. And you know, what Dun & Bradstreet did in brief is that they provided credit information to our clients. So in case somebody was going to want to do business with them, they could get a report on that business to see how creditworthy they are. And that would include nonprofits. And I'd walk in and say, hey, we're Dun & Bradstreet. And they'd just reach back and here you go. And it's, you know, the latest quarterly report. So it's done by a professional. It isn't done, you know, you have it done. Do you have a CPA do it? Or do you have somebody that has CPA training?
Yes. No, I have a CPA that does our 990.
And all that's important. I know it sounds like we should be talking about babies and such, but
Right.
but people should know that this is Their
Right.
money is going to exactly what they want their money to go to.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing.
I want people to feel confident when they give to us that they are truly giving to an organization that is on the up and up,
Yeah.
and truly has the heart to help people.
So when you pull up in a limousine at this Walk for Life, that's not a good sign. I'm just
That would
saying.
not be a good sign.
you know. Okay, let's talk about this. I want to talk about Rachel's Hope first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we always talk about the Walk for Life, and people. Rachel's Hope, I think, is a hidden treasure.
It is.
It really is. My wife is going to that one and to the Harvest House resale, and she says, people think it's a thrift store where it's people discard their junk. She comes home with stuff that's actually pretty nice. She came home with a Waterford vase.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, absolutely.
What's Waterford doing? And she went to Rachel's Hope one time and came back with this little table that she could put her plant on. $5. And and Robin doesn't put junk in her home. I'm the only junk in the home. All right.
I'll say we get we get name brand purses all the time. We get name brand shoes, name brand clothing all the time, and it's all prices. The purses we price intentionally, but the clothing is priced pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But I've come in and seen really nice china or crystal, really nice wall art. Like there's quite a bit of really great stuff at Rachel's Home.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned the estate sale we're going to be having from my mother pretty soon. And I told my sister, who's kind of running everything, had to show up. I said, well, if we don't sell these things, I know a place to put them. And then she goes, well, they do too. Corsicana,
Yes.
Corsicana has something very similar to y'all.
Yes.
And so that's where it's going to go. So got to support one of your sister organizations, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The
Do
church.
you know the Corsicana?
I do.
Pregnancy Center?
Well, actually, it's a church is where I'm referring to.
okay.
It's North Baptist or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they have a big clothes closet and a
that's
resale
awesome.
shop like y'all have.
Very cool.
Yeah. But that's what would do that. If I get some of that, I know where to take it.
There you go.
So, and my mom in the latter years said, I don't want to leave everything to the kids. She has some nice purses and dresses and shoes. I'm like, good heavens. I didn't realize she was throwing the money around like this. I would have asked her for some.
We like nice purses and dresses and shoes.
Yeah, really. Well, anyway, now as far as Walk for Life, you have a QR code. It didn't cost to sign up for it, but you're intending for them to get sponsors. You sponsor them, and like I don't know, $5 for a lap or something like that.
Yes. Well, it's just a straight up sponsor. Like we're not, it's not by how many steps or anything like that. But yeah, get this QR code, register, and then just ask your friends to support you as you walk. And a lot of times if they know if you share, this is something I care about, would you please, sponsor? They will. And any gift is helpful. Any $5, $10, $25, $100, I could go up and we would like those numbers a lot, but
yes,
but we're happy with it. It is a blessing for every person to give even a little bit.
Well, and that's what I've always stressed on these nonprofit shows is that because you might not be able to give $1,000, don't let that keep you from giving $5.
Right.
Because I to a redundancy, I bring up the widow's mites. I'm sorry, vast listening audience, you're going to hear this again, but that woman gave 2 pennies, and Jesus said she just wiped out everybody else, in terms of giving. And so never feel like that what amount is the issue. It's the heart that gives it. Because I could give you $1,000 and not think twice about it. And I got my reward, so to speak. But if I gave something out of sacrifice, then I have a reward stored in heaven, is the way I look at it.
All right. And those mean the most to us.
Yeah. Oh, every story, every group I talk with talks about some particular donor that gives $5 a month or something like that.
It makes me smile. Every time I'm thinking of one particular donor, and every time I get her check in the mail, I smile because I'm just like, wow.
A check in the mail, I can guess her age bracket. How many checks have you written, Josh?
Like 2.
You too, yeah. Yeah, my daughter, I think, still has the checkbook they got when she opens the account with little balloons on it or something like that, or clowns. I forget. But anyway, so this is going to be held at, like I said, Bailey Lake. 9 to 11.
And this year we do have an 80s theme. If you want to come dressed in your best 80s workout gear, there will be a prize for the best dressed. And so, I mean, it's just for fun. If you come just in your walk-in clothes, full 2026, that's cool too.
Yes.
But we just thought, giving a nod to our 40 years and our founding in 1986, we would make a little 80s theme happen.
So you're going to like a prize, like a gift basket of sorts.
I haven't decided the price.
Yeah.
All right, I got
May
it.
not
So,
be that fancy.
Josh, those 2 cards are still up on the shelf. If you don't mind bringing them, I just don't want to leave in the middle of the show, but this is from Otto.
Hey, thanks, Otto.
So you can throw this in the basket or whatever
Thanks,
it is.
Mr. Allard. Yes.
Yeah, a couple of gift cards for Gina's and our place. You can use them at either
those will be
place.
perfect.
25
That's
bucks
awesome.
each. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you to Otto.
Thank you, Otto.
He came on the show about a couple of months ago and said, here, and he gave me several. And so I've been handing them out to these kind of things.
Yeah.
We will make sure we will get pictures of the best 80s outfit.
Yes.
Well,
And that card.
no,
And we'll thank Otto.
that's what I like about my sponsors. Though, honestly, they're good people. You know several of them. You know all of them actually, and and I could endorse them as people as well as business owners, and that makes it a lot easier. So there you go. Now, as far as the car show, now that's something a lot of people are getting interested in. I mean, walking around, great, wonderful. Fresh air, okay.
Yes.
Let's go. But over here at Tarrant Avenue, which is where you're at.
Yes, it's right across from our office. It's like the Pathway parking lot across the street. But Burleson Area Midday Rotary is starting this is their first, hopefully, annual car show. And the idea is that they'll do this every year and it will go to sponsor a different organization. So next year might be Center for ACS or Harvest House or something. But this year it's us. And so we're having a car show. It'll be right across from us. We'll be using our bathrooms. We'll have food trucks. We'll have some of our businesses and organizations will be out there. HTO is bringing the coffee. And
that's good. Coffee.
Well, they have coffee. It's good coffee.
Oh, I've had his coffee before.
Yes.
No. I'm thinking something else. I had his tea before, though. I do remember that. He was on the show about 3 years ago, and we were opening up, and they had these containers, and my wife loved the tea.
The cute little yes.
Yeah, little jugs.
No, my kids love the tea. Whenever so my kids when they're at Steam, it's on the way from our house to Steam to stop at HTO, and now we've got athletics, and they're at Kerr, and it's complicated. But even Tuesday, I had to drive them to Steam because it was Star Test. And can we go to HTO? They need to start with tea or lemonade or something.
I see the owner at the chamber events.
Yes.
And so, and I'm
Paul
glad.
is a great guy. He's in our Midday Rotary Club. He's an active and engaged member, and he's happy to provide.
How did the Midday Rotary Club come to choose Next Step, I wonder?
Well,
Yeah, fess up.
She's pretty persuasive.
yeah. Well, I will say I was the one sitting at the table, and I will be the president next year. And so when we started talking about it, I was like, we don't have to do Next Step this year. We can, and they're like, well, we can't do it next year. And I'm like, you're right, but there will be years after. But anyway, so we landed with Next Step first, and this is our first one, so
Just
we're
by
still
coincidence.
figuring it out.
Yeah. No, you got the $30 entry cost
Yes.
for the cars, but the attendance is free. And
Absolutely.
my late father loved these things.
Yeah.
When he was in town sometimes, and I know they had these kind of car shows. There's one in October over by the Railroaders area, the parking lot over there.
Yeah.
And there's another one that Lisa puts on at the City on the Hill.
Yes.
And it's amazing, these cars. I brought this anecdote up before, but these old cars get much more attention than newer cars. Because I remember my dad had 3 refurbished Mustangs from 1964, convertibles. And I drove one in Baylor's homecoming parade my senior year. And it got more attention than all these DeLoreans or 280Zs or all this other stuff, the old Camaro, souped up Corvettes. These old cars I guess they're very nostalgic because they remember when they were kids or when their uncle had one or grandpa drove this, that kind of thing. So that's going to be a pretty nice day. And the weather's going to be fine. It's not going to rain until
It's going to
Sunday.
be fine. gonna be good.
It is. It's always.
I would really like the weather to be fine.
Well, I looked on it, and I think the heavy weather isn't really till Sunday afternoon, if at all. Like I said, I'm very agnostic. You'll get it in. We have other nonprofit stuff going on too. This is a very busy month.
that afternoon is Light Up the Night for Center for ASD.
Right.
And so you can come look at cars during the day and then go light up the night in the afternoon
Well,
or the evening.
Make it a full day.
Well, we've been kind of promoting it as a 2-for-1 day. You know, you go look at the cars, and then you got a little time between, so you can maybe go
get dinner or whatever.
To, you know, our place will be closed roughly around 3, but go to get a pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, over Gina's.
Gina's is
watch
just
the ball
around
game.
the corner from us, so absolutely.
All right, and then you could go light up the night. Lisa does a really good job with these things.
Yes.
And you know, I was told it's going to be gas. Is that it?
Getting warmer.
Getting warmer. What's a cool term? What do kids today say? It's really when it's really
totally
neat?
Gonna eat.
It's gonna eat.
Oh, brother.
We don't know. It's not.
I know. We're like lost.
It's gonna be cool, man. Anyway, the DJ Tay will be there. The Country Critters Petting Zoo, Cotton Candy, which. That's mean. I mean, you get the kids all hopped up on cotton candy, and here's your kid back.
Yeah.
You know, there you go. So it's like they go to bed about 2 a.m. the next morning as they run around the house. Food trucks, vendors, etc. And so you have a really good time, and it's I think they do like a presentation of sorts about what they're about and that kind of thing. And it is a fundraiser. I mean, it doesn't cost to go, but you know. Rocco and Guido will be there to help you make up your mind, you know, the enforcers there. Also, besides y'all's deal, we got this going on. This is the next to last day over at the library. They're trying to get these book bins.
Yes.
These displaying them differently, like they do, you know, record albums, I guess, or whatever back in the day, you know, so you could see the book, the kids could see the book as opposed to just the binding. And so last week, Beth Littner from the Friends of the Burleson Library was here, and they're trying to get this together and try to get the money for that.
I love this.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, that way, so you take your. How old's your youngest?
My youngest is 10. But I'll say this: my kids, when they were little, lived at the library. We were there once or twice a week. And the difference this would make between looking at spines and being able to flip through and see the pictures, I would always have to like kind of do the searching for the kids and then pull it and then let them choose from what I picked when they were young. So this is huge. This is huge. And I will say, I've already given. Like, this is an important thing to give to. Our libraries matter.
They do. They really do. And it does more than just check out books. They have all sorts of stuff. Beth was telling me that they check out like camping equipment and pickleball gear and all this other stuff.
They
like,
have
wow.
Fort Worth museum tickets that you can check out and go like the membership. They have a membership that you can check out and they have so many cool things.
Well, my kids are much smaller. We do stuff like this. We went to the library some, but we're not members since we live in the country. But we would go to bookstores, and you know, particularly the one downtown downtown Fort Worth, the old Barnes and Noble.
Yes,
I miss that place.
I miss
a lot.
that so much.
And I'd get some coffee, and we'd go up to the kids area up on the second floor, and they would play or read or whatever.
Yes.
And sometimes we'd buy the book. I mean, and that kind of thing, because we wanted to support Barnes and Noble.
Absolutely.
So things like that.
Well, and now we have a Barnes and Noble, but we also have our library that has. And when my little guy had to take speech. The person was a travel speech therapist, and so she would come to our house. Well, he was like, no, I rule the roost here. So we would go to the library in their children's section, and he'd have speech there. And, you know, it was low-key, and it worked. There's so many benefits to having a quality library and good spaces and things like this.
See, I envision your family. You come to dinner, they're all hairs combed. They're wearing clean white shirts.
You're really lucky if my youngest is wearing anything more than his underwear.
Yeah, they come in and y'all sit around the table. Yes, Father. Yes, Mother.
It's a really nice image that you have there.
Yeah, and you know, you come in with the dinner, the big roast with the look like June Cleaver. Pearls
She
in the
does have
dress.
pearls. They do have pearls.
And said, thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Yeah, that's what it's about.
That would be nice.
Yeah, anyway, 88.3 The Journey. Y'all know this guy.
Yes,
we do.
Yeah.
He will be at the walk. He confirmed this morning.
Well, I'm sure. They're doing their fundraising week, and they're living at the studio, you know. it's a big deal. They do this about 3 times a year, and it's a nonprofit. It's tax deductible. You know, a lot of people don't really realize the radio station is tax deductible. It's a nonprofit, and they need this because my wife, when she listens to this station, and we listen to it until we get out of range. It isn't just the music that she's listening for, you know, but it's the message and whatnot. And so we need to keep this message going.
Yes.
Because, you know, I hate to tell you this, but it's tough out there.
It is tough.
And so this is a good way to kind of give you a little bit of solitude and peace and quiet maybe and listen to some good music. But anyway, Rich really would appreciate y'all's help. So give him a holler, give him a donation. There you go. I see him all the time at the chamber events. So there you go.
We listen to The Journey at Rachel's.
Yeah.
It's on at Rachel's all day.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
What about, y'all were on last week, were you not? Are y'all been on the air recently?
No, we haven't.
I thought you had before though.
We have
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Okay. I got confused, but I know that y'all been on a couple times before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes for Walk for, not this time, but in the past we've had spots where they've recorded our voices, and so they played our ads with us. But
Yeah, he's done that with me because he'll. I don't ask him to promote every show because you know people don't need to tune in and hear me rant about Trump or whatever. But these kind of shows he'll promote. So there you go. Also, we got State of the City coming up with the Burleson Chamber next week.
Yes.
All right, that'll be a week from today.
I'll be there.
You'll be 11:30 to 1 p.m. Going to have. I know the mayor is going to speak and Dan McClennan's going to speak about what's going on with the city. And they're on the show. I haven't seen Dan on the show in a little while, but I have Victoria and the mayor on all the time. And I have Adam on. I have Larry on when his health permits. And, you know, we are not in bad shape, but we have a lot of things that we have to take care of. It's going to, you know, and we have some hard decisions to make because we're not, you know, as building becomes more and more expensive and road repair becomes more expensive and our finances don't grow at the same rate as that, you know, we have to make some hard choices. I would say that as far as a lot of communities are doing, we're doing better than a lot of them.
Yeah.
But still, there you go. And it's going to be sponsored by Frost, by Proof Liquor and Deli. You know, Proof and Moretti's just created some sort of partnership. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, so you can get Moretti's popcorn and other stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ally Medical Emergency Room, Sierra Bank. You know, we got all these people here. MBT Financial Bank, that's the one over across, I think, from Sonic.
Yes.
All right, okay. Anyway, so we got all these sponsors here. It's going to be at First Baptist. It's going to be a great time. It's always a party with Chris Fletcher. I mean, really, nothing says party like Church of Christ Elder. Anyway, and then you have Vineyard Vibes on the 26th over at Lost Oak. That'll be from 3 to 7. Tickets are $25, $30 at the gate. It's one of their big events. It's very nice. They're doing it at the venue. Everybody's been to that venue out there for some fundraiser or another,
Yes.
or maybe a wedding reception. I've been there several times for various things, and it's very, very nice. And
Do they have? I think the 7-6 band is their
Yes, that's right.
their biggest.
Mike Purdue and his
performer.
crew.
Yeah.
I get Purdue on here with Jack Matson here about once a year for the Toys for Tots. You know, they both run that for the Marines, and you know, it's a really nice thing they do. You know, and they're a very good band. They came on one time just on there. Mike and 2 of his co-players, I guess, members of his band came and they played 3 or 4 songs right
That's
here.
cool.
Oh yeah, and they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we have a lot of talent in this
You know,
town.
I like music. What kind of music is it?
It's country and western
Oh,
mostly.
I love country.
Yeah,
western.
yeah. It's not like, you know, corn pone, but it's, you know, it's old school country.
That's what I like.
That's
You know,
fun.
I like old school country a lot better than country pop.
Me too.
You know. Anyway, back to Vineyard Vibes. Kelly Alexander is just promoting the heck out of it.
Yes,
And
she's a
so-
queen. I love her. But I'm excited about this. I'll be there to support Kelly and Harvest House
And
and
Amber.
to hear and Amber, of course. Amber's in our Burleson area Midday Rotary, so she's promoting it very well with us too.
Well,
It's going to be great.
yeah, well, I'll be there. I always enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's their big fundraiser. Now, y'all's big fundraisers in October, right? I mean,
Yes.
the Walk for Life does what it does, right? But
Yes. But our biggest is the gala, which will be October 15th.
well, that's why
Yeah.
our opportunity fund is passed on the golf tournament. We're reluctant to do that, but the expense of running a golf tournament is getting higher and higher.
It is.
Yeah.
And what we're also getting, I don't know if y'all are getting this, but we have a lot of people say, I'd like to help more than I am, but things are tough.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Do you hear that a lot? Or any?
I don't know that I hear that a lot because I don't know that I don't know if we're just not hearing it or if people are just not saying it out loud. We're just seeing, like they're just not giving at that point.
Right.
But I do feel like we do have less walkers signed up right now than I felt like we did last year. I wish we had more walkers at this point.
Is there a deadline for signing up?
No, you could sign up the day of. Yeah, so I will say there's some of that where it's like maybe we're seeing a decrease in participation in some ways, but I think that our giving so far this year has been pretty steady.
Good.
And yeah,
I've heard that from others that they're reluctant to jinx it, but they're holding their own. In our case, we're getting donations, but we're also running against a lot of golf tournaments, to be frank. And so a lot of people are like, I don't want to play any more golf. And so we're thinking about next year doing something other than golf. And also, you were talking about this, Jennifer Woods was talking about this in our meeting. Some people are moving away from events-related type of fundraisers to other types of fundraisers.
Yeah.
And so it's unfortunate because we do some good things, but we'll have money for the kids next year and all this other stuff. You have to kind of just save your powder, so to speak, because what we were getting was, well, I gave all I could back in May for your golf tournament. I don't have anything left for you in October for your breakfast, and that's our big deal, right?
yeah.
That's literally our breakfast is where you put all our eggs in, so to speak. So
I want to do pie on the porch where you just invite a few people and have some pie and talk about the mission and tell some stories.
and those little fundraisers are probably more the thing. Do y'all ever do any kind of events over at the market, the farmers market on Saturdays?
No, we haven't done that.
Well, you can if you get a hold of Chaz, but I'd always like to spread that out amongst the various groups, so it wouldn't be a permanent thing.
Yeah.
But you can talk to him, and then just send her over there with that tearful look.
She has so much time on her hands.
Right. My Saturdays are totally empty.
Okay, I think that's it for
One more.
the honey tour.
Honey
That's right.
tour.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't have the promotional material for it, but there is that May 9th. There is a City on the Hill. I've reached out to Lisa and try to get her on the show, so maybe that'll happen soon. But anyway, back to the honey tour. I had the ladies from the chamber on Monday. That's always it's like I always joke about them being like Lucy and Ethel, and because they really are a pair. And they do good work, really good work. It's one of the best chambers I know of because I talk to other people in other towns, and their chamber is like, well, we get together and have coffee. And they're very, very active. So
We've got great things for small businesses like business over breakfast and
that's
networking at
blown
night.
up.
And yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I think this one coming up in April, maybe the last one at the Brick. I know in the summer they're trying to move it somewhere, and they mentioned places.
Yeah, we do move it in the summer because the kids do camp, and so we're taking up where the kids are. The Brick, they've got the kids all there. So last year we did it at Old Texas Brewing in the summer. I don't know what the plan is.
Well, they said they're going to talk to Jamie again and sweet talk her into it.
We love it over there, and Jamie's wonderful.
Yeah, I've met her 3 or 4 times at the chamber events, and she really is a nice young lady.
Yeah.
But
Honey Tour is their biggest fundraiser of the year. This is huge for them. And so if you're a writer, you should totally sign up. But I know they're
carnival?
desperately need of volunteers for Honey Tour. The city does the carnival, the chamber does the tour.
As far as the volunteers, they have hired out the organization of this tour, but they still need volunteers.
Absolutely.
Okay, so as far as like the run itself and where they go and set up this and that and the other, they have a company that does that and arranges with the police.
Yeah, so when you volunteer, you're like signing up to man registration or hold a directional sign on a street corner. Like, there's a lot of different things that there's set up and tear down. There's plenty of things to do.
Oh, yeah. And you talk about the carnival. Now, that's with the city. It's not with the chamber, but they do work together, of course. And that's one of the best weekends of the city right there. It's a great time. And so you can do the tiny tour and take the kids out to their carnival rides. I don't go riding anymore because I'm a little old for the tilt-a-whirl or whatever. I don't want to, show my age, but I do like I just kind of wander through there and see all the families and such. It's kind of fun.
It is fun.
I have 5 grandkids. That would be a fun day to take all the grandkids.
You betcha. Now the carnival will be, they do like a opening run like on Thursday nights, and they'll be most of the Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. I think they close at 6. And so something like that. So, it's been a real big deal right from the get-go. And also the Chamber's having a golf tournament sometime in June, I think the 13th, I believe. So they're going to be busy. Yeah, good. Keep those 2 girls busy. They need to be busy. I think that's it. I mean, this is a busy time of year.
It is very busy.
So, well, anyway, I'm going to let y'all have the last words, but just for next week, I'm having our newest B&I member, Hunter Hargis, on just to introduce him to the public because he's starting a business. And I thought it'd be a good idea to introduce him. He's doing tile and decorating, like bathrooms, stuff like that. And then the next day, I have Dennis Pinnacus and a couple other guys from the Opportunity Fund. We're going to talk about what we're doing and, the impact of what the Opportunity Fund does. And, we're still working through COVID in a sense because we kept on funding. Even though the money didn't come in, we kept on funding the students. And so we basically took on obligations that we have been, over the last 3 or 4 years, getting rid of. And we're about to get rid of all of it. And we want to talk about that. So, because that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of fun. Anyway, y'all finish this off. Tell us everything we need to know.
Yeah, I just want to finish by saying this is our 40th year. It's been exciting. Megan and I have made a huge stride this year to make sure that we are no longer the best kept secret in Burleson. Mm-hmm. And so thank you for giving us a space to tell the community that we are here. And we want to serve and help any way we can.
And
if you are passionate about empowering families, you should register today for Walk for Life.
Yes, today.
April 18th is the day of the walk at 9 a.m. at Bailey Lake, but you can register today. You can get sponsors today. If you can't make it the day of, you can walk on your own at Bailey Lake or in your neighborhood or whatever else, but we would love for you to be there. It's going to be a great event.
It is, always is.
And if you raise
these are, yes.
So that's why I'm wearing the shirt.
Yep. When you raise $150, you get this lovely OP-inspired 80s OP-inspired shirt.
Ocean Pacific? Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. That's a wow. Again, are you going to have like, what's that, those jackets they used to have?
Members only?
Members only, yeah. Yes. Or little Izod shirts. Yes. And you're going to have the topsiders shoes and popped collars. Remember that? Or I just remember the Don Johnson look, have the jacket where you pull the sleeves up, show your shirt sleeves or whatever, or your arms. You got to have some of that Miami Vice music playing in the background.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that show?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did too.
Definitely.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Nope.
Josh?
Well, I've heard of Miami Vice. I've never seen it.
Oh, it is a piece of 80s.
When the older people talk, I've heard about Miami Vice.
And we will see y'all next week. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Anytime.
Josh is like, what are you talking about? You're the older.
Anyway, I hope to make it out of here. Where's my walker?
It's not mine.
All righty. So we'll see y'all next week. And thank you all, ladies, for what y'all do.
Thank you.